You know the... Can you do that?
I can always...
Can you?
Always.
Can you?
I'm a perfect...
How do you do it? Because some people say turn the bottle, and then some people say just turn
Always
the cork.
turn. So this is how you open.
This is called the angel's fart.
This is called the angel's fart, apparently. You open up
Or
the cage, and then at a sort of 45-degree angle, you just turn the bottle really, really, really gently.
Oh, that's so elegant.
There we go. That's how you do it.
Mic drop. And
Indeed.
that's where you fade out.
Hello, this is the wine we're doing today. This is a Cremant de Jura. It's from one of the oldest cooperatives. And that's where my knowledge on it finishes. I think it's one of the oldest cooperatives in France.
That's lovely.
So yeah, 1906 they were founded.
Fruitiere, Vinicole, Arbois.
Indeed. And
So that's like, fruity farmers in Arbois.
fruity farmers in
Yeah.
Arbois.
Yeah, that's what it
There we go.
translates to. So they put a bit of Vin Jaune in this, which I
Yeah,
think is
it's
so fun.
nearly all Chardonnay, but there's a little bit of Vin Jaune. Now, do you know about Vin Jaune?
I do.
Tell the people about Vin Jaune.
It's the very expensive, old and expensive oxidative wine they make in Jura. They use the Chardonnay and the Savagnin grapes. And
It's just Sauvignon.
is it just Savagnin?
Just Sauvignon.
Okay. Which looks like Sauvignon, sounds like Sauvignon, but it's not Savagnin.
Completely different.
And so they chuck it in a barrel, and basically they leave it for ages. And because they don't top up the barrel,
4 years. Is it 4 years?
4 years.
I think it's minimum 4 years aging.
Right,
I might be
okay.
wrong on that though.
And they don't top it up. When they do top it up, they call it rouillé. But when they don't, the liquor gradually evaporates, and the wines gain this incredibly oxidative flavour, and it's fascinating. I've never actually had a Vin Jaune.
Also, there's the flaw. There's a flaw,
Yeah.
like in sherry, this layer of yeast on the top as well.
Yeah. I used to think it was like actual floors. But no, floor yeast means it's like a film on the top,
Yeah.
which imparts this really, really oxidative flavour. It's
Yep.
just fascinating and wonderful. And it's very expensive to make. Few and far between. Is in little squat bottles, and not many people make it.
62 cl bottles,
Yeah.
which is the reason that it's 62 centiliters is that for every liter of liter of wine that goes into the barrel, 62 centiliters comes out. So
Yes.
they lose 38%, and that's why they got the exemption to have that size bottle, because I think there was a standardization of bottle sizes by the EU, and they got an exemption because it's a historic size of wine.
Yes,
So there we
indeed.
Educated. Not that really matters in this, because I think it's about 2% of the Vin Jaune in this.
However,
so,
it completely changes
totally
the game.
transforms it. So
It's a lovely, lovely Cremant Chardonnay from the cool, and you can smell the coolness there. And they just put a tiny little bit of this in,
Yep.
and it just completely lifts it into a
Yep.
whole new realm. And
So-
it's only 20 quid. It's amazing.
yeah, so Jura region on the east of France. I love the wines from there. I particularly like Chardonnays. You're not overly fond.
Well, I haven't had that many.
Okay,
I should really be having more.
So yeah, that's what we. So Jura is lovely.
Natty people love Jura because
Yes.
it's tiny quantities, incredibly expensive, and low intervention, just
Yes.
like Burgundy.
Yeah.
Most of the time. So there's the grapes like Trousseau, which is actually used in the Douro. It's called
Yeah.
something like Tarica Franca or something like that. And I've never had that, and I haven't been exposed to enough Jura wines.
Yeah.
And the one Jura wine I had was the Rouillé style, which is not the
Okay,
oxygen
yeah,
style.
yeah.
But all I do know is that it's a cool
Yeah.
alpine,
Mountainous, alpinous. Yeah.
Yeah. And it produces cool fresh wines.
And if this wine was entirely Chardonnay, you would have got that fresher, lighter, sort of crisper, zippier style of wine. But because of that little teeny tiny bit of Vin Jaune, it transforms it. It gives it nuttiness. It gives it richness. It gives it that oxidative quality, that intense element. It kind of reminds me a little bit like Old Bollinger. Which is
Well, I know exactly
weird,
what you're
but you know
talking
what I
about,
mean.
because the other day,
Yeah, you had Old Bollinger.
Yeah, Old Bollinger is... I realise why I'm into Marne Pinot, and it's because of Bollinger, which is, oxidative nuttiness,
Yeah.
but with this gentle creaminess. And that's what this has.
Yeah, it does.
It's
and
very...
so
You know, you could very easily mistake this for a high quality, champagne.
Yeah, it's. So on the nose, you're getting all of that nutty orange peel. You're getting almost a sort of. It's like. I want to say balsamic vinegar. It's not balsamic. It's apple cider vinegar. Sort of a rich appleiness.
Yes, it's that slightly acetic, old woody, sort of lovely kind of wet bark type thing.
And then on the palate, it's got that beautiful acidity from the Chardonnay. It's got that cleanliness, that pithiness from the Chardonnay. But again, just around the edges, there's cashew nut, there's walnut.
Loads of cashew.
There's all of that rich things just surrounding it, giving the acidity and the freshness a cuddle.
True.
That's
there
what
is
you're
a
getting.
lot of acidity in this though because of the Alpine region. Well, fair amount. So best as cold as you can. But it's lovely. We have. I've got quite a few customers into this actually, and we've got a nice little stock of it at the moment. It's a wonderful. I would say actually a Blanc de Noir alternative.
Yes.
If you don't want to spend as much on a sort of Pinot dominant, not too Pinot dominant sort of champagne, this is your man.
We love it. It's less than 20 quid, 19.50 I think is the price, and it is brilliant. You should give some a shot.
Absolutely.
Toodaloo.